Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today, I am going to be doing a Q&A. Sorry if I sound like a little funky. I'm a bit sick at the moment, but I still really wanted to do this video because I'm excited to be answering some questions. Now, this video isn't going to be super long, but that's not really a big deal. But I don't really mind. I hope you guys will still like this video though. My voice isn't too loud because my grandparents are asleep and I stay at their house on the weekends. So, yep, here I am. It's like 10 p.m. at night for me. It won't be 10 p.m. like by the time this video is out, but you know what I mean. It is when recording this. So, I like how a lot of the questions are kind of similar in their own way, but that's not really a big deal. It's like kind of adds on to the questions. Usually there would be like a speed paint while I'm talking during the video, but not this time. I didn't really have one planned out. I just kind of went with recording this without a script. Even if I did have a script, I'll be honest, I stutter a lot, so that's not really saying much. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Thank you guys for 100 subscribers. Actually, 102. So, yay! The first question is by Destiny Edits 95. She said, "Congratulations, I have a question for you. What got you into the Sonic franchise, and what was your main inspiration for your art? My first time experiencing Sonic the Hedgehog was Sonic Boom. Love your art, and you're an awesome person. Keep up the great art and work, Star." Aw, that's so nice. Thank you. Well, what got me into the Sonic franchise? Oh god, that was like years ago. I was like 8 years old, I think. I'm now like a high schooler. Like my last year of high school. I bet you could guess how old I am. But I first discovered it just from watching like this show. Like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog was the first Sonic cartoon that I ever watched. And by the way, I love Sonic Boom, so props to you. It's a really good show, in my opinion. I know it's kind of controversial when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like some people like it, some people don't. But you know what I mean. At the time, I only knew that Sonic and Tails existed. I actually learned that there were more Sonic characters when I was watching shows like Sonic SatAM, but there was this mobile app game that I used to play called Sonic Dash. I think it might still be around, I don't know, but it was before it got a huge update. I discovered characters like Shadow, Espio, Cream. I loved Cream, by the way, at the time. I still do. She's really cute. Knuckles, even Eggman. Like, I still thought that Eggman just went by Robotnik. Like, sometimes he's called Robotnik and sometimes he's just called Eggman. And both designs just look really different in general. So my main inspiration for my art, well, art-wise, I've been drawing for like a really long time, since I was in diapers, if I'm being honest. But my main inspiration for probably my Sonic-related art, I don't know, kind of just the way it is now. Like, back then, when I first created my Sonic OC, Tito, he's my main OC, and he's also like my first Sonic OC. Back in 2015, I was 8 years old at the time, a third grader, just living my life, I guess. I didn't actually start making Sonic related art itself until like 2017. I think I was a fifth grader at the time. And my art back then, oh god. Oh god. Maybe someday I could, like, I still have some of my old art from 2017. Maybe I can make a video of that. But my main inspiration for my art, I kind of just look at stuff on the internet and mostly Pinterest, you know. Pinterest helps a lot. It's a really good source for finding certain things if you don't know where to look. The next question is by Miles Sebastian Prower. He said, "Congrats, here goes one of them. What got you into the Sonic franchise to the point where you began to make Sonic-related art? The first time I experienced it was the first time I played this Flash game named Ultimate Sonic Flash, which got me into the franchise back in the day. I'll be honest, I have never heard of Ultimate Sonic Flash. The only Sonic game I ever really played back then was Sonic Dash. Oh wait, there was one more! Okay, so Sonic Dash isn't really the reason why I actually wanted to make like Sonic related art. It could have been one of the reasons. I mean, back then I was really obsessed with Mighty and Ray, but I never actually played the Knuckles Chaotix. I did hear a lot about that though. So, I used to have this DS game at daycare. Yeah, I would keep my DS at daycare years ago. And I think it was called Sonic Rush. It was the one with Sonic and Blaze. Like, Blaze was like a female rival to Sonic, and I was like obsessed with Blaze. And then I saw like fan art of people like forming a team with Blaze, Silver, and Marine, and it just made me want to draw them. Like, I drew them a lot. Like, if I look for the art of them, I had like so many pictures of just them, and it was mostly Blaze and Marine because I had a hard time drawing Silver, and I still kind of do, by the way. Silver spines are pretty tricky to make. I would have to dig really deep to find like the first Sonic drawing that I ever made, like of a canon character back in like 2017, because back in 2015 when I was first getting into the franchise, I didn't really like know how to draw those. The characters that I would draw were kind of just had dot eyes, so I was very newbie. But the first Sonic drawing that I made, it was probably just a picture of Sonic himself, like practicing things, but it was probably very wonky, very lopsided, as I will call it. The next question is by Crafty Tuna. I probably should have said this earlier, but I'll probably butcher some of these names. She said, "Congratulations! My question, how did you start YouTube and what got you started on making Sonic OCs?" I don't think I've ever said this, but this isn't actually the first channel that I've ever made. So, there is a channel that I also have, and that also started back in 2017. Dear God, just like everything is starting back in 2017. That was just like my prime year, I guess. So I had a friend, I'm not gonna say her name, but we were very close. We had been friends for years. We don't keep in contact anymore because she moved when I was going into the 6th grade. But she's kind of the reason why I started this channel in the first place. Not the current one, obviously, because I'm using this one more, but the old one. We did Lola's Pet Shop, normal girl stuff, just random stuffed animals, lots of copyright videos, oh god, and we did some vlogs, like with my face and everything, but I was young, I was a young, dumb person, still kind of am, but, So like I said before, Tito is my first ever Sonic OC. How I created him in general, so the idea came in 2015. I was in my class one day, and I was getting into Sonic, and I wanted to know, like, if people made their own Sonic OCs, and sure enough, they did. And I was looking at, like, a lot of references on Google just to see examples, because I could spell, yes, and I had, like, a tablet back then. The tablet, it wasn't really good or anything, it was pretty old. I don't have it anymore, obviously, but, there was a Sonic OC that I've never really seen anybody make one of, and it was a kangaroo, and yes, when I first made Tito, he was, like, his hand was out weirdly. Apparently, I didn't know how to draw arms back then, or hands, or muzzles, or any proportions. Sometimes the proportions just don't look really similar to the actual Sonic characters whenever I draw them anyways. But, yes, sometimes they end up looking girthy or something. I could make, like, a whole video alone on the development of Tito, because there's just more, like, to that story. So, yeah, he went through a lot of development. Cameron and Mayu, my two other OCs, were also created the same year as Tito. I think, like, on the same day, but I had been thinking of Tito the longest because he was the hardest to develop. I could, like, if you guys want, let me know in the comments if you want me to make a whole video of, like, the development of them, because they did change a lot. And by the way, yes, there are some Sonic Underground related stuff because I did really like that show back then. Like, the sibling concept was very appealing to me, and I really liked it, apparently. I mean, some of it was strange, but I liked it, I guess. So let me know if you guys want to see that. The next question is by Sleepy Coffee. I hope I pronounced that right. She said, I hope you're a she. I've heard your voice before. Congrats! I hope you reach 100 soon, which I did, thank you. My question, how long have you been doing art, and what inspired you to make art? I would say my own experience, but if I decide to do a Q&A and the question comes up, I might answer it then. Oh, you better do a Q&A, because that's the question I want to ask you. So, like I said before, I've been doing art practically my whole life. I'm a self-taught digital artist. Of course, it started off as traditional. So, inspiration, since I've been drawing for the longest time, I guess it just started off with scribbles, you know? Like, when a baby just uses a pencil and, like, they see paper, all they want to do is scribble on it. Like, they can't draw straight lines or anything. And that's how you learn. So, I don't really know if that's inspiration, but, yeah. I actually ended up getting a lot better, in 4th grade. Like, that's when I started learning and not just doing dot eyes. So I had a friend in 4th grade, and she taught me how to, like, draw these animals. I mean, I already knew how to draw animals, but she, like, taught me how to do bodies and the body and stuff. And whenever I would get home from school, I would use my tablet. I would draw on the floor, apparently. Like, I would attach the paper to a clipboard and just use a pencil. I would look up tutorial videos on YouTube, and I don't remember, like, the name of the channel, but it was those how to draw channels, and the eyes would look really funky and stuff. So I just looked up how to draw, like, a cat or something. So yeah, that's just pretty much all there is to it. The next question is by Danny is Too Fast. He said, congrats, bro. Thanks, bro. So my question is, what are some horrible things of the Sonic series you can't stand? Like the Wisp, maybe? Honestly, they suck. Or the Zeddy also sucks. Or maybe some fan-made stuff like horrible OCs. Also sucks. I don't know if I can ask more than one question that's not Sonic related, but does pineapple belong on pizza? I'll be honest, I gotta agree with all of that stuff. Like, I don't really care about the Wisps. I think they're from Sonic Colors. I can't keep track of all the Sonic games that come out, okay? But I've never really played Sonic Colors. I don't play a lot of Sonic games. Like, I'm in the franchise, but I don't really play the games. Like, what's the point of that? The Zed, yeah, yep. Oh, and the fan-made stuff, like the horrible OC. Yeah, like Cold Steel and the Sonic Chew and stuff. I really don't like those. I really like the creativity ones. Like, I've seen Pokemon-based, like, Sonic OCs that are actually really creative and very interesting in a good way. But one of the things that I absolutely despise in the Sonic series, like literally hate with a passion, drum roll please, Omochao. Yep, I hate him. I hate that guy with a passion. He's so annoying. Well, shut up. It's stupid. I just want to punch him in the face. I'm trying not to be too loud right now because I'm the only one awake, so it's pretty obvious why. So as for the pineapple on pizza, I don't like pineapple on pizza. I know a lot of people that do. They think it's delicious. And what I will say is, just eat what you like. I think it does. I mean, pineapple is healthy. It's a fruit. So, yep. The next question is by Cyrus Lion, aka Leon. He said, "Congrats, Star. The questions I have are, which Sonic game do you like most? Do you think Tito and Dasher would be good friends? And also, which Sonic game's OST do you like the most?" Okay, a lot of people get mixed opinions about this game, but I think my favorite Sonic game is Sonic Forces. It's a really fun game, in my opinion. I know it's rather short for a Sonic game, and it did have a lot of wasted potential. Like, the storyline isn't the best, which, when it comes to story, it's, like, really important to me, but, like, I just really like the concept of creating your own original OC. Of course, I would like that concept, though. And I also really like the boss battles. Like, I really like the battle against Infinite. There was one with Zavik, right? Is that his name? I don't really know a lot of the Deadly Six characters. But I liked everything about it except the story. That's pretty much it. And also the fact that they added classic Sonic in the games were weird, but it is what it is, I guess. I mean, anything can happen in the Sonic universe. For the next part of the question, yes, I believe Tito and Dasher would be really good friends. They kind of got like a similar vibe going on. They would get along like a house on fire, if I'm being honest. I don't really know what else to say. I'm pretty sure OST stands for Original Soundtrack. So, I've got one. Rolling around at the speed of sound. Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. I don't want to get copyrighted. My favorite original soundtrack is Escape to the City, Cityscape. I really like that one. I also really like Fist Bump, the Sonic Forces song. I really like that one as well. The next question is by Echo Light. They said, thoughts on Mighty and Ray? Also, have you read the Sonic comics before? Fleetway, IDW, Archie, etc. I actually like Mighty and Ray. Like, I know some people don't, which I can't really blame them. Sega kind of did them dirty. They need to be brought back. They need to be rose from the dead. I know what Fleetway is, but I don't think I've ever read the Fleetway comics. Yeah. Have never finished any of the books. Sometimes it's hard for me to focus when I just sit there and read. I do have some of the Archie comics. It gets a little weird. I prefer IDW, like, a lot more than the Archie comics. The Archie comics, I don't know, there's so much family and stuff. Like, it's like a whole, like, book that has a lot of family and, like, other characters that look really out of place. The next question is by Shy Sketches. She said, Congratulations, Star. Okay, question. If you were a food or drink, which one would you be? I really hope I said your user right, because sometimes I read your user and say she instead of shy. But then I watch your videos and you say shy. Okay, as for a drink, oh god, this is like a really interesting question because I've never actually thought of this. I'm just gonna have to go over all the food items and see which one suits me more. I think I've got a general idea on what I would be as a drink. This is very basic, but I think I would be lemonade. For one of my favorite colors is yellow. Kind of suits with the whole star thing. But also because I often get told, like in real life, that I have both a sweet and sour personality. I can be really sarcastic at times and really nice, and sometimes I bully the crap out of people. Well, not like in the mean way. I'm just like really honest. I'm a really honest person. So if I say that I don't like something, like I'm straight up about it. Okay, for the food, I don't have a specific food in mind, but I do have a specific type of food. Spicy food. Okay, I'll be honest, I am a huge fan of spicy food. Like, even if it's like really spicy, as long as I have something to drink next to me, I'm like, A-okay. I don't eat spicy food all that often. It's probably like a once a month thing, maybe once every other month if I'm feeling up for it, but yeah, I don't really have like a specific kind.
Sometimes I go to this restaurant and I put all the spicy sauces on my food. It's like a Mongolian grill, and I think it's called Hoo Ha, and it's really good. Like, I would recommend it. Okay, I'm pretty sure those are all of them. I am so sorry this video is so long. Like, there honestly wasn't that many questions, but like my answers were really long. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will probably never do a long video like this again, but if you guys did like it, please like and subscribe. I said I like a lot in this video. But anyways, goodbye everybody.